Good evening, ladies and gents. Got a Challenge 25 match tonight. Group you in? Group D, between Paul Pullen to my left and Martin Brown to my right. I believe, Paul, you've played a few games now. You're 3 for 3, four matches left to play. So obviously your confidence coming in tonight is sky high.
Yep, it is. I feel like I'm queuing all right actually, so I'm looking forward to playing this match and see what happens.
Lovely, thanks Paul. Martin, your first game, obviously coming in from Salisbury, so a bit of a trek for you to come in for every game. How'd you feel your chance? I've been practicing a lot lately?
I've been playing about once a week. That's about it, on a Wednesday.
Okay, where are you playing on a Wednesday in the week?
Salisbury Snooker Club.
Okay, up the snooker club, up with Paul Shears and Adam Guy and all that, is it? Yeah, perfect. Well, good luck, gents. All the best and play well. Cheers.
Desperately trying to make sure.
That's Paul Pullen's won the lag, he's first to break. As I said, he's played 3 games already. He played Lee Knapp last night and he won 14-11. Obviously he's looking for 4 for 4, and if he goes 4 for 4 then I believe he's guaranteed a prize spot, gold to silver. Depending on the frame difference though, obviously frame distance will count towards the end of the group stage, so every frame matters. Anyway, to the action, Paul Pullen to break.
Hello everybody, you're joined in the commentary box today by Lee Ingram and Aaron Jones. Feel free to pop a message in the chat.
Nice solid break there from Paul to start. He is opted for the yellow balls. Not the easiest of routes. He just needs to mind his work with a couple of balls. Not sure that yellow passes the other yellow to its left. He's having a good look at it. Commentator's eye was off there, you could see it. So the clearance is still on. Obviously, feel free to join us tonight. This is going out live to YouTube. Please like and subscribe where you can. Or go to rocket-rackers-tv.co.uk and you can find it on there. Lovely little shot there from Paul. Nice bit of English to get onto this yellow. Just needs to screw this one back to the final yellow. It's just move the red, it still goes. Needs to be mindful of this yellow. He's probably going to put some bottom into it to screw off the other cushion. Back for the black, so it's a nice shot. Really tricky black though. Either a thin cut or a double.
Well, Paul hasn't wasted any time in the start of this match. And he makes it 1-0.
Yeah, lovely little dish for the first frame. Good standard to start off with. Hopefully they can maintain it. As Martin come in, he plays out of Salisbury. He plays at the Salisbury Snooker Club. Many years ago I used to practice my snooker in there. I think they used to have one pool table about 20 years ago, and I think they've now got 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. Not been up there for many years. Martin Brown keeps good company, playing with the likes of Paul Shears, etc., who's also in the competition. Very solid player. Me and him have had 2 matches, and it's 1-1 in games there. Give me a bit of a spanking last time, 15-9. Second frame, Martin's broke, and he has potted balls also, so let's see if he can return the favour with a dish himself.
Well, the yellows look the obvious choice there, but you got to get it down. There is a left and right. How's that? Sound better?
Perfectamondo, Lee. Perfectamondo. So Martin's just missed his first shot off the break. Coming into a new venue can take you a little while to get used to the cloth. He's just stretched his arms as he walked away from that missed yellow. Sometimes it can take you 2 or 3 frames to get the flow going. So Paul is human. Missed that yellow into the corner, however. Reds do have a lot of work to do, especially with this one he's closest to on the side rail there.
Yeah, it'd probably be worth developing before attacking, but it looks like he might have this shot.
think he was just trying to cover the bag there. If he was trying to pot it, he could have then used the subsequent squat shot into the middle to get that one off the rail. Another lively one in the club tonight, Tuesday night, and I think we have all tables in action apart from table 10. Busy venue. I think now, looking at the way these yellows are situated, don't really see any problems for Paul in this clearance. Just got to play the plant onto the final yellow and come back up to the other end of the table for the black. Oh, he's not played that one as well as he could have. The only shot he's really got now is the cannon off the red that's just higher than the pocket. He's going to have to play it with some gusto though, because he still needs to get up for the black, so can't afford to just roll it. He's opted to ignore my advice and go across the table. I believe that is 2 shots. Okay, so Martin's opted to move the white here. I think he's going to play the red down the rail. He did have another shot there where the white was, where he picked it up from. He could have played the yellow into the red on the bottom rail, left the yellow on the rail and pushed the red over the corner. But he still would have had the problem of this red here. That's a good, nice solid pot down the rail there. You can probably feel pretty confident that he can go for these. Just needs to land nicely on the one on the bottom rail.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, he's rattled that one, and that's the problem when you the first shot he had of the two. If he would have pushed this yellow safe, there would have been less pressure on him for the clearance. But each player goes their own way, whatever they feel comfortable with. Slightly hampered queuing for Paul. It's a foul. He hit the red with the cue and he potted Martin's red. So a little bit of a tentative frame this one. Couple of errors from both players.
Yep, early match jitters. Let's hope they can iron those out as the frames go on.
The jingle jitters. Nice shot there. Just going to roll this red in. White will naturally drift up the table for the black, unless he wants to use the top cushion. No, he's just rolled it. It's perfect. And that is 1-1. So Paul lost that frame rather than Martin won it, I believe, when he didn't quite play the plant correctly and the yellow sort of span off to the left. And whether he will know that, as he will watch this back, and he will learn from his mistakes like we all do.
Yeah, a few tactical choices he could have made differently, but there we go. We're on frame 3 now. Paul Pullen to break.
This one looks dry. Obviously, I'll put out a shout out on the Challenge 25 group. There is a group on Facebook for all the players involved in this challenge series. For anyone that would like to do any commentary on any subsequent streams, I have messaged very experienced commentator and broadcaster Scott Ryan, who has his own 8-Ball podcast. He said he might help us out in the future with a couple of speeches. I've also spoke to Stuart Berry this evening, and he said he might lend his hand as well, having a bit of chat. So as the stream goes on and we get into it a bit more, people are willing to put forward their services.
So it would be great to have this voiced by the players it's streaming and the community that it serves. So yeah. Get down here and add it to your game, add commentary to your game. It wasn't available before, but now it is, so worth thinking about. As Martin puts that yellow down, he's got a long shot down there. One of our young fans just pointing out that sometimes the graphics don't match up with the action. I'll try and keep up with pressing the buttons at the right time.
Yeah, and I think going back to what you were saying, Lee, about keeping it within the community, people commentating. Obviously, some players in this tournament have played up Ronnies since it opened. So they all know each other. Several of them know each other's games inside out, and sometimes it'd be nice to sit on the sidelines just to commentate and really dig deeper into their games and try and work out their positive and negative points.
And Martin's just avoided going through the table there, but absolutely it'll be great for them to share their wisdom and match knowledge on the streams. But yeah, back to the match. These yellows don't look like there will be. This one will buy the black there.
Yeah, I think at the moment Martin's just losing the cue ball a little bit. He's not quite got to grips with the cloth. Like I said, it's a new setting for him, so it does take you a while on a table that is alien to you to get going. See, Paul's played on this table a few times recently, including his money match game versus Jack Coop.
Yeah, he does like to take Jack on. He's very bold about it.
Yeah, there was a little bit of banter before the match. Obviously, we to and froing about who was going to win, etc. and frame mates. And I think both players are very confident. I think looking back at the match on the stream, I think Paul kept up with Jack for the first half of the match, but I think once Jack found his feet and he started to flow and pot the balls in a nice pattern, he kind of took charge of that and just ran away with it at the end. So it was a good showing out by Jack, but we've got him back on the stream early December playing Sean the Money Match Morris for a minimum pot of £7,000. So don't forget, guys, to tune in for that one, because that is some big money on the line. There probably will be a raucous atmosphere up at the club. I'm sure there'll be a few followers coming down from the mighty Pompey to support and follow their chosen players.
Yep, Pompey, Pride of the South, in action tonight.
Yeah, Ipswich have brought down 200 tractors down the M27 to fill up the Milton end. Had a little bit of banter with Ryan, obviously, the other day when I played Dave Pollard about the teams, and he said, I wish you guys were a couple of leagues further down. However, knowing the rivalry, I don't believe that's true. Obviously, Pompey and Southampton, we would like to climb the ranks again and get back in the same league, because, let's be honest, there's nothing quite like a match day between Portsmouth and Southampton.
Absolutely. Well, this is possibly an opportunity now. Doesn't look like anything's particularly hampered. He's going to try and... Is he planting these ones?
Yeah, Paul's just putting his balls together. He knows where Martin's two yellows are down the bottom. He's in heavy control of the frame.
Yeah, he's got some time. He can't see cleanly either of those. Might be able to nick one without going off a cushion. And he's got the pot.
Needs
but
to find
he's
something.
snookered. And it was always more than just a possibility with the table as it is.
Yeah, it was a risky shot. He's kind of in the thick of it now. He needs to find an escape route. Problem is where the reds are, he's undoubtedly going to leave at least one red on for Paul Pullen to take advantage of. Just looking for a nice leave.
And he's got the foul straight away. Well, 7 to pot, but he's got the ball in hand.
Yeah, I think looking at where the balls are, he's potentially going to put the yellow safe immediately. He's overhit that one a little bit.
It's not going to get in the way of the... He's still got to develop this. Well, yeah, let's have to make sure you get the right side of the black come the end of it.
Yeah, he might opt to take the red into the right middle here to leave himself naturally on the red that's above the black, and then it's just a case of taking him out. But because of where he's put the yellow now, the black only goes into one corner. So we know he needs to finish on the right hand side of the table to finish the frame. Okay, so he's immediately gone for another safety, and that's a bit of a... He's doing right. Are you back in here? Back in. Give him a high five.
I'll give you 2 months free membership. Would you give this a kiss?
No, don't you do it.
Come on. Come on. 2 months free membership.
We've got typical Southampton fans down here trying to get young boys kissing their tattoos on their legs.
Doesn't matter that he's the owner's son.
I'll give you 5 Dr. Peppers as well. No, sorry, 5 apple and mango James Rose. That's membership. 5 James Rose is 20 quid. 10, at least 15 quid. Come on.
No price is high enough to put one's lips on the crest of thine enemy.
I think the Taliban have done worse than that. There's not much they won't do. So, Paul's back at the table. Neither player really into this at the moment.
Well, he's all right on that one. He's got a nice little angle to come up for this red into a middle pocket, probably.
And he's overhit that one massively, and he's actually
It's just dropped in.
off.
There's maybe not the best of touches on that one. You might fancy coming across the table, I don't know. You might be able to just put it over the pocket there. And he's covered half the red.
Yeah, I'm right behind this red, and that does cut in the middle. So all he needs to do is pot it, medium pace, come back down the other side of the table. Back on the black, and here he goes, and he has
Dear.
rushed it. I think this frame would be one that both players would like to forget.
Absolutely. Get it done and dusted.
this ball. So both players have had more chances than a family of 4 around a Monopoly board. And
do not go past go.
Seems that way. Banker is keeping this frame alive. So obviously he can pot this red, but it's not an easy positional shot. Because you don't like hitting these balls hard, but he's going to have to if he wants to get back for the black. And he's opted for the tactical shot. Again, he didn't really want the red quite that close to the cushion. He'd rather the red sit over the corner.
Yeah, Martin can just leave the cue ball over the left-hand side of the table now and take the pot away, at least.
Yeah, and that's what he's done.
Well, Paul could try and come off the opposite cushion here.
Yeah, the problem with this black ball is if you do that sort of shot, if you're just nestling into it, it's going to be a foul because you can see all of the red. It's not a total snooker, so yeah, you could see the pot. So it's a reasonable pot, that one. He's got a good straight shot on the black to the corner. And hopefully put this frame to bed.
And he has. So that's Paul Pullen 2, Martin Brown 1. Let's have a quick look at the group overview.
You would imagine now that Paul should be top, is he?
He is at the moment, yeah, this is his 4th match of the group stage so far, racing ahead of anybody else pretty much.
Yeah, he's definitely a Paul lover. We'll probably have all these games finished by 5 o'clock tomorrow tea time. But take nothing away, he loves the game. He's up here practicing and putting the hours in, so he wants to get the games finished. There's no cap on how many games you want to play. Obviously it's a little bit more difficult for some players because they're coming in from the Isle of Wight, Portsmouth, Salisbury. We have a wide geographical area of where players are coming from, but we wanted to attract the best of the best from the relevant counties, so here we are. And I think if you actually have a look on the website and see the 4 separate groups, A to D, you will see that there's a very high standard of play in there. You've got some county players, IPA players now.
Oh dear. Well, Martin, he got a red down off the break. He opted for yellows there, but couldn't claim them.
Yeah, yellows were definitely the way to go. They're a lot more out in the open than the reds. So you've got this bit of a cluster on the right-hand side of the table.
I'd like to say a hello and thank you for tuning in to our 10 viewers. It's good numbers for us so far. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to leave a message in the chat.
Okay, so this is the shot he wants to be able to release that yellow by the red. If this works out nicely, the frame could be his.
No.
It's okay, but it's still sitting near the rail. Needs to get on that nicely. Okay, and Martin's back to the table. So
There's a lot to do in one visit. Got these 3 reds all next to each other. Well, we can start picking them off. But he's going to need to get into them sooner rather than later.
yeah, he's just trying to find the right angle. I think he's got I don't know if he's seen it or not, but he has got one in the middle there which could have given an angle. He's kind of...
You cut this one in.
Yeah, he's potentially going to leave himself a double. And he's going to leave himself slightly low on it to release the other red. I don't think he's quite got the angle there. He's only really opted to punch this red into the middle now with bottom. That's a nice shot. He could do one or two things. He can either screw into it or he can just roll it in and leave a double, but entirely up to him. He looks like he wants to screw into it. And
he's got the pot.
Oh, wow, that's very fortuitous.
Well, if
I think that one was a case of he just naturally thought he would pot the red. He was concentrating on the right cue ball placement for the release of the other red, and you sometimes just take your eye off the pot, and when you do that you tend to just miss the ball you're going for. So I think that's what it was, but he was lucky to get away with it.
you always take whatever you can get.
A little bit of chalk, and he's on the black. And he's missed it again. He is struggling at the moment.
Chance for Paul to capitalise.
Yeah, not the easiest of yellows. You cue them nicely, they all go in. Said the man with the golden cue. Hopefully Adam Humphreys is watching this tonight with my sleepy tones. Not quite bedtime yet, Adam, I'm afraid, so maybe you could pause it and watch it later when you get in bed with your hottie potty.
And now you are sleepy. Oh, he went for that one. He's got the snooker there.
Yeah.
Or half snooker.
He just said something to me there. I'm not sure what he said. Hopefully it was along the lines of waste refuse, because that was rubbish. He's got lucky, but Martin had a luckier shot earlier when he fluked the red. He's going to try and swerve around the yellow to develop a straighter angle for the double. Not quite got it. Okay, and these on the practice table for Paul are bread and butter, so let's see if he takes these out. He just wants to bring the white back down to below the middle. Past the black so we can see. Here we go. Again, he's hit this really hard again.
Oh.
It's lucky that's not fell in the pocket. He's just not quite got the pace of the cloth at the moment.
And with the angle and the distance to pocket, if he tries to cut this, he's going to have to come all the way around the table, probably.
It's a difficult shot. I mean, the safety's hard as well. You kind of, if you are going to play it safe, you want to clip the yellow to leave the white at the top in the bulk end and leave the yellow covering the black still off the cush. But he's not done that, and he's left a shot on the black. Martin, I think Martin needs this one for a bit of confidence. Bring it back 2-all.
Oh dear. Is he going to cover the pocket?
I don't think he has, no.
Yeah, and as long as it doesn't go in off, and you can see it, yeah. Paul should take this frame.
And that's the thing with these long races. If you look back on these 4 frames, the score should probably be reversed to Martin. There was nothing he could have done about the first frame with Paul breaking addition, but he certainly had chances in these previous 3 frames. So that's where you just want to try and find that little bit of consistency. Separates the practice hours, putting them in to find that consistency is key. Anyone can win 1 frame pool, but to play these matches over 21, 25, 29 frames, you need to be consistent.
And he did say before the match he's been up since 3 o'clock as well, Martin, so he's soldiering through some fatigue to participate in this tonight.
Yeah, that's the thing. We all love Paul, and we all want to play well, but unfortunately we've all got a day job. So, Sometimes external factors can play a part. You do find that if you are a little bit stressed off the table or tired, it can reflect on when you're trying to pot the ball. So hopefully you can find a second wind. Maybe grab a red ball from the bar. So looking at these reds for Paul, they've all split nicely for him.
Just this one up the top here by the black to be concerned about, really.
I think he just slightly rushed that one in the middle. It was such an easy shot. He just got down and played it really quickly. He's recovered well. He's probably going to take this one in the middle now. He's got a natural angle to get on this red at the top, which only goes in one corner. But he knows he doesn't want to leave himself a massive distance between those, the last red and the black. So he's opted away from it. He's still left himself a good angle. So that's a nicely controlled shot. He's okay. He wanted to be 3-4 inches higher.
It's going to take him far away from the black though, and he's got some congestion with the yellows down the table, so he's got to be careful.
Yeah, he's unfortunate. He wasn't on the black, however he would have then just come across the table to try and double it. Okay, so Martin has all his yellows remaining on the table. The most obvious safety shot is to push the yellow over the hole where the black is, but it leaves the red on naturally. Or he can pot the one in the middle and then use the two yellows on the bottom of the table to cover the red in the angle, which he's probably looking at now. Or he could play completely a different shot to what I'm thinking about, and I'll just hush my mouth.
For what do we know? No, he's looking at the centre pocket one. I think he wants to attack these.
Okay, yeah, he's landed nicely on this yellow. If that goes in the top corner past the black, then he has a chance of clearing these away. So that's another nice shot. He's developed one of the yellows.
Yeah, he should be able to take all of these now. It's just the right journey around the table.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if he clears these away, that would fill him with confidence. Because they weren't very easy, and there's always pressure on when you've got your opponent's ball sitting dead over the pocket. As you know, if you miss, it's frame over. He's played that one nice, a little bit of an angle. He just wants to drift up to around about the middle of the table so he can give himself an angle to get back on the black. Okay.
Yeah, none of these shots really require much power now.
Yeah, he wanted a slightly sharper angle than that, because then the cue would have naturally drifted back across the bulk line, but he can still punch it in and get on the black. He just needs to probably put a little bit more power into it now. He needs some good cueing for this one. Yeah, and there you go. You see, you wanted to just get over the table. You got two options. One, you double and try and pot the black, or you snooker. However, you know that if he gets out of the snooker,
which should be quite easy,
then yeah, the black's naturally going to be a Dolly picking. Don't know who she is. Must be related to Dolly Parton.
She's fussy.
Yeah, he did a little handshake there because he knows he's only got two options, and he's opting for the tactical affair. The thing is with that one is, if you can find an angle to try and cut off the natural up and down, then obviously it leaves you in a lot more bother. And
he's got that.
That's in, yeah. And again, Another chance for Mr. Brown has evaporated, and it's 4-1 to Paul. You don't want Paul to get too far in front of you because he is a player with confidence at the moment. He's 3 for 3 in his match group stage at the moment, so if he pulls 4, 5, 6 frames ahead of you, then you're going to have a tough night. Like a night in with Hannibal Lecter. He's not that bad, honestly. It's much worse.
And there's just another quick look at the group there. Still plenty to play for at the moment.
Yeah, so we're still waiting for Jack and Carl to play a game. I believe, obviously, they're not local to the venue.
Frame 6, Martin to break.
Oh, got a high
Take
cue,
off.
Got a cue ball there, high one.
That's what we call a rocket racker.
Right,
Almost
so
achieved orbit.
He went into space. Speaking of space, how did NASA organise their parties, Lee?
I don't know, how do they organise their parties, Aaron?
They plan it. I've been a dad for 11 years now. They're not going to stop.
Good practice, yeah. Well honed
I'll tell you
dad
what-
joke skills.
Tell you what, Adam, if the commentary didn't put you to sleep, that joke would have done.
Well, looks like that's an open table, and Paul has the choice. Got a plant for these yellows into the middle pocket there. A chance to push the yellow just below it away from the red.
Yeah, he's opted for yellows, and they've all broke out with that shot. I think soon, I think if Martin can't find a rhythm, he's going to be forced into trying to play a little bit more tactical. And by that, I mean covering a couple of bags. He knows he's not quite flowing yet. They're just making Paul's life a little bit more difficult until you find a good rhythm. Once you get a couple of nice clearances under your belt, you tend to loosen up the cueing arm.
That was a good little shot there if Paul wants to take this yellow on the rail.
Yeah, he certainly landed on it plumb. He'll just drift it over to the other side of the table. Yellow into the same corner, which he has done. Okay, so this yellow, I believe, goes past the red into the top bag.
Yeah, I'm just behind it. It looks like it's fine.
If it does, then this should be 5-1. And this is what I mean. If you starts pulling ahead of you a little bit, then you can then start taking out a few clearances. That's a nice pot, and that should be all she wrote.
Yeah, that was a perfect dry dish. No messing about there. Cue ball was perfect.
I don't think it was quite dry. I think Martin had a shot after
Oh,
the
did
break.
he? Okay, yeah.
So it was close to, but obviously the first shot opened up the balls, and then he got on that yellow nicely on the side rail, and that was it. So 6 frames in, 19 to play.
Ball pulling racking for frame 7.
I think when this this competition gets to the knockout stage, I think you'll see some very high quality pool. You'll start seeing a little bit of a dish fesh on some of the knockout stages, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I also imagine the players will be they'll have their arm in already when they come into those matches, nice and warmed up.
I'll tell you who else imagines is John Lennon. Not sure he played pool though.
Oh, he might have. We'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely didn't play pool because he wouldn't be living in peace if he did, I tell you. It'd be a frantic affair now and again. So Paul's opted for the Castards. Nice pot there. I think you'll find now that he's built up a 4-frame lead, He won't opt to not go for many shots. If the gap tightens, then you'll probably see him tighten it up a little bit. But when he's in front, he does tend to go for a bit more.
And we've still got this yellow by the middle pocket here. The two above the black look like they can plant. He'll double this one across, but he's cut that too deep. And a chance for Martin to
technical difficulties there with the microphone, and by technical difficulties I mean I didn't know how to operate the stand. Apologies for the interference.
It's all right, you know. After we leave school, the things that drilled into us fade away. You know, lefty loosey, tighty righty. You know those.
And Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah, and sine, cosine, and tangents.
All the other useless stuff that nobody ever remembers.
Oxbow lakes.
What I think they should have taught you in school is how to negotiate finding an address in a car with the radio on full blast.
And children smacking the back of your head.
You can't do it, can you?
No.
Finding an address, you've got to turn that radio down.
You can't have sensory overload.
No.
Martin's back at the table now.
Yeah, and these races to 13 as well. When you go a few frames behind like he has done, you then start trying to chunk it out into stages. So you think to yourself, as long as I can win 2 of the next 3.
Yeah, you got to kind of write off what's happened.
You can, rather than saying, right, I must win the next 5, 6 frames. You know, you don't want to put too much undue pressure on yourself. You just want to get back into it at a reasonable pace, and then try and lock it up at say 8 or 9 all. You know, to make it a sort of best of 11 affair, etc.
Well, he's covered the pocket, but Paul's still got some work to do with this yellow by the red.
I think just looking at it, I'm just behind the 2 yellows. Does look like it can be a makeable plant, but he's going to move one though anyway, so that's going to be irrelevant.
Oh, we got a little kiss off the red down there. It might have been heading on in, but the route wasn't clear. Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah. I think he knew he had to develop it because it didn't go, but there was probably another shot he could have found after that one and into the corner, but it was a difficult one to develop. I think from my own experience playing pool, especially since the last few years when I've been playing a much higher quality opposition, I found myself that I feel that I'm a decent potter. However, sometimes the ability to know when to strike in the frame has eluded me. I've kind of potted 5-6 balls, and all of a sudden I find myself in a world of pain trying to pot the last ball or the black. And the problem is against good players is that when they come back to the table, they either clear up themselves or they put you in a snooker and you get they give 2 shots, and that's the end of the frame. So sometimes knowing when to go for it is a key to being a winning pool player.
That's it. According to Xiaoxun, in the box hat guy who wrote The Art of War, he says sometimes the best victory is one without fighting. You can step back and have like an orderly retreat for a shot or 2.
especially if you're fighting a brown bear or something. Probably, no, you win. I think I'll give up on that one.
Run.
Running's my best option, although if you know me, you probably know that running is not my strong suit. I'd probably opt for the sit deadly still and hope it goes away sort of a stance. Anyway, Martin's back to the table. Well, Black's tied up. He's going to bounce out of that middle pocket. He's going to be fine. Right, he's got a lovely... he's nearly had a lovely angle to develop the Black.
Yeah, he might just come away from it rather than into them with this angle.
Yeah, the problem is that the red is low in the middle pocket, so he knows he has to be bottom half of the table. Just put a bit too much gusto in that, but again, he's trying to get on that red, which he did do. So, Paul's got a little bit of work. He's going to take the yellow up to the top corner.
He's missed that.
He's holding his cue on the table as if he's had a roll there, but I'm not sure whether it was just off course on the way. So, okay, so it's a little bit of a tricky one to get on this. He needs to come off 3 cushions. Left hand side, avoid the cluster of the yellows and the black, or he's having a look at the probably the Sean Murphy shot here, of coming off bottom rail into the red in the middle, leave himself naturally on the other red. We'll let him work it out while we have a short Dr. Pepper break.
Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that can happen? Send in your thoughts of what is the worst that could happen on the YouTube live chat.
Fighting a brown bear would be the worst that could happen, I reckon. Have you seen Revenant?
Yeah. Apparently the true story to that is the bear killed him very quickly and easily, and he didn't make it back to the lodge to have his dying words heard. They just found his body out there.
Which in reality is probably what would happen.
Yeah, but it doesn't make us fun of film, does it? No. So
don't get nominated for an Oscar if you die within the first 10 minutes, do you?
No. And the Academy Award for Best Looking Lifeless Corpse goes to...
It's unlucky there, Martin was. Just skinning it off. Yeah.
Paul should be able to take all of these out in this visit.
Oh, I don't know if he's been to the gym, Paul, but he's hit a few of the balls quite hard this evening. Put some venom in there.
He's been pumping iron at Gold's
This is a nice
gym.
shot. This is a nice shot. There we go. You're on that perfect. Got a little bit of an angle to come off the cushion for the black. Bit of side.
It's a perfect shot.
Loves a bit of side, our Paul. Okay, we find ourselves 6-1.
Just a quick shout out to Rocket Ronnie Southampton. This is where we bring you live pool action this evening. We've got 20 English Supreme pool tables, 8 blackball tables, 2 snooker, 2 Chinese pool tables and an American pool table. Lots of TVs showing all the current football action. And they've busted out a 10-foot projector screen for when the big matches are on. And a quick look at our next stream will be Thursday at 7 o'clock. It will be Aaron Jones versus Robert Paskar in the Group C battle for the Challenge 25. And today's action is brought to you by Rocket Rackers TV, live pool streams in Southampton. Like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any live action. We are just having a little break here. Imagine Martin will make the most of that. Hopefully he can come back with some renewed vigour and a bit more luck.
Yeah, obviously we've got more live action coming on Thursday night with yours truly playing Rob Parkersall. He did play this evening against Simon Ayres, who was top of the tree, and he's won that one 14-11. I've played Rob before, and I know from his last outing in the Challenge 29, he's certainly a player to be reckoned with. So that will be a good match. I'll need to be on my best form if I want to come away with the 3 points. Hopefully I'll keep it a close affair. I know sometimes when he gets in the flow, he can easily dish up a few frames in quick succession. Had a few shout outs and text messages come through. Paul Shears has texted me to say stop the jokes. Never surrender. They'll have to continue. And if you are watching tonight, don't forget to like and subscribe. We obviously want to keep this going for you guys, give ourselves some live action, so that when you're having a boring half an hour at work or sitting in the bath, you can watch a bit of the live stream pool from your local club, rather than watching the professionals around the UK play. We can all aspire to be that good, but when you watch Mick Hill dish up 15 frames in a row, you're just like, he is a different gravy. I'd rather watch Paul Pullen miss a sitter.
Looks like Martin's already here to commence frame 8. We're just waiting for Paul to get back from the rest rooms.
Hopefully this break would have done Martin some good. He's just been through a toilet break, and he knows he needs to win the next three out of 4, maybe 3 out of 5 frames. Stay with him. He needs to just stay with him at this stage.
Yeah, he's lost 5 on the bounce, so
yeah, I think if Paul wins the next 2-3 frames, then it's almost curtains.
of course with this competition though, even if you lose, you still got to keep on fighting because there's still points to be won. You get 7 frames down and you get yourself a point for the group stage, so you can't give up. And then even after that, each frame could make a difference in the end. So yeah, it's a real challenge, I imagine, for players to have to pick themselves up after seeing the 13th frame go up on the board for their opponent to still keep fighting away and, you know, make those last frames of the match count. And it is a very busy night tonight down Ronnie, so only got a couple of tables free. If you want to come down and jump on one. Children are welcome so long as they're supervised by an adult.
Yeah, if you want to come down and jump on one, you can't because they're all full up.
Oh, are they now?
So good luck getting a table tomorrow.
There's a couple behind us, I think. I'm not sure, but they might have already been booked.
So, Paul Pullen's gone for a cigarette break. He must be smoking a double Super King because he's been gone ages.
Rolled on the thighs of a virgin. Come on, Aaron, I'm trying to be bawdy.
I know, I appreciate that. Liven it up for Adam Humphries. We don't want him to get bored. Obviously, away from this challenge game, we've got Money Match Day coming up first week of December. Got a couple of money games on there, including the big one. Jackpot Black Coupe against Sean Money Match Morris for 7 bags of sand. Minimum. Knowing Sean, that'll probably go up to about 50k by the time he's finished.
Is that one in the morning or the afternoon session?
That's going to be in the afternoon. I think that's a 3 o'clock tip-off.
Yeah, we'll be covering that. Rocket Rackets TV, live pool action. Yeah, we'll be covering the whole day. The stream in the morning and the afternoon. And live scores from around the hall as they unfold.
Yeah, I think the morning game is myself versus Ben Mills, £500 pot, race to 15. Played Ben a couple of times. Once he gets going, he is a flower. That game could be over in an hour.
You want to wipe the floor with him?
I'd like to play well. I know I need to improve a little bit on my match the other night versus Dave. Take nothing away from Dave as well. He took out some nice clearances. Anyway, back to the action. Frame 8, Martin Brown to break.
That looks dry. We've got a big bunch of reds around the middle here. I'm just going to pick the top of them off and roll into the pack.
I don't think that's come out great. It's Ronaldo. Anyone see the football in the stream there? There is a Champions League match on tonight as well. Didn't realise it was going to be at Ronnies.
Oh, that's a nice little touch there. Perfect little double kiss to put him behind the yellow. Oh, and he's hit the knuckle there. Monkton should now relish the opportunity to have the ball in hand. He's going to move it. So he just cleared that pocket there for himself, and he's going to need it later on as he comes back down for the yellows by this black. Oh, but he might end up. Yeah, I think he's got a snooker there.
Yeah, he has got a snooker beyond that yellow.
Might be able to garner himself another 2 shots here, but I think Paul will be able to find a red out of this, and he has. Might want to take the double here, Martin. Get this yellow off this rail here, but he's going to take that one first.
You might bottom into it and try and push it out. That's what he's done. So he's developed that yellow off the rail.
He should be able to master these now. He's going to have to develop that little cluster up the balk end a bit more.
Yeah, he wants to leave that yellow at the bottom of the table to last, just so that he can use that to naturally get on a black into a pocket, because at the moment the black doesn't go into either corner because of the reds. My son Jacob's just bought me a nice refreshing Dr. P. Thank you, mate. And he subsequently opened his can with his teeth and spilt the drink all over his jumper, which is a classic Jacob move.
Kids,
eh?
Paul goes for the pot there. And he's tight on these yellows, so it's not going to be straightforward for Martin. But he's probably got a plant here.
No, I think this yellow goes into the top bag, the one he's on now. There we go. I think it did go. He's not having a good time out there at the moment, Martin. He just can't seem to get anything going. Balls are just not dropping for him, and I think I've been there myself, and it's really, really hard going sometimes. A nice shot by Paul, and you can see either red to either corner, and this could be 7-1. Not thought about the black there.
No.
I think the other benefit of these streams is that if you're actually on one of them, you can watch them back and visually look at where potentially went wrong, or the shots you played well, etc. So you
could just
practice.
go, how did I lose each frame, and then you can go, well, that one I failed to take the strategic approach, that one I just didn't pot very well, and and you can get a bit of a dossier against yourself of what work you need to do.
Yeah,
so
I agree. I mean, I watched mine back the other night, and I seen that when I thought I was flowing, I kind of sped up a little bit too much mid-frame, and then all of a sudden I've taken my eye off a ball and I've rattled it. So I think for me, just trying to maintain a good standard of time between my shots.
Don't allow yourself to get excited.
Yeah, don't get too carried away. I mean, sometimes you do that when you flow and you just want to race through the balls because you think they're easy and get on with the next frame, but sometimes that can be a negative point as well. So it's definitely good to look back on it, because although you can remember it, seeing it in the flesh is always better. Picture speaks 1,000 words, as they say.
Martin's just trying to find a snooker there, or at least cut off any chance of a pot.
Yeah, and I think a couple of frames ago I said to him that if he's not potting well, which I think he knows he's not, just to tie Paul down a little bit, just to get his balls into an easier position, so that when he does come to the table and has to clear, they're there for him. So, for example, he's now got a very good opportunity to clear away these yellows. Take them out nicely, take your time, try and get yourself back into the match.
Oh.
Commentator's curse. That one's for you, Stevie Wonder.
He would have hoped he put that one down though. It wasn't a difficult shot. He could pot it, but
The cue ball's kind of eluding him a little bit, so he's going to try and slow it down a little bit. It's a nice pot. Slowed it down by digging into the cue ball.
he's going for the double there.
He's gone for the big one there. Oh, come on then, Martin. Let's have a look at these yellows. I think the one to the right of the one you can see there goes. So that's in.
And he's got this one into the middle or to the left.
Wants to just drop it in. A nice shot. Now he's got a natural angle to get onto the last yellow.
Oh, and he's rattled it. But fortunately, Paul doesn't have a shot.
He's left the white on the right side of the table.
And the up and down's cut off by this yellow.
So Paul's looking at something funky. Okay, so
He probably just wants to play this nice and gently. Come across to the middle of the table. And Paul puts this frame to bed. 7-1. Well, I think Martin, I hope he can put that frame behind him as well and start to find his touch in this match. As we go to Pullen to break, frame 9. It's a great spread, but it's dry. Might fancy reds for this one. We've got 2 yellows touching each other. I think they plant into the middle. But he opts for reds.
yep, so 7-1. Paul in firm command of the match. This will put him firmly top of the group. However, he is 2-3 games ahead of some players. He will struggle to get a couple of games going against Jack and Carl because they're not from the area, so they obviously need to work around time schedules and logistics of getting down to the club.
I just playing to develop it a bit there. And Paul has got a couple of shots. He's got 3. Onto the bottom left, centre left, and top right there. Just got those 2 together in the middle. They look like they plant. Oh, that's a great shot. He's just separated those two yellows there. That was a nice tidy shot there. Some good cue ball control.
Yeah, so I think Paul's got into his rhythm now. A nice shot. Just needs one more good shot. He's naturally going to be on the last yellow. And this could be 8-1. Oh, wow. He has definitely covered that yellow with the red. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, so is he looking at trying to curl the cue ball around this one? He wants to try and pot it, no, but he's got the foul. And that'll be the ball in hand to Martin. Now he should be able to get around the table and put all these reds down. Just a bit of composure. Take your time. Oh, he's lucky he's got the two shots there. I think he wanted to get on and pot, but he has covered a pocket for the black should the worst happen. No.
Oh, he's got lucky.
Oh, he's pushed the yellow safe there.
He's got lucky there. I think just looking behind him when he's playing the shots, he's just not got a cue action going at the moment. He's moving his head a little bit. Naturally, that throws the pot off as soon as you strike the cue ball. I think until he finds that rhythm and stays down on the shot, he's going to have a little bit of a torrid time out there.
Yeah, I think that anxiety and such can start doubt starts creeping into your game. Start second guessing yourself. You're not certain on the shot and you're still half looking around when you strike the ball thinking that there's another option. But he's got lucky to get the two shots here.
Yeah, he's definitely needing to take these reds out. They are all good to go. The other thing you find is when you're not flowing is you tend to not know which balls you want to take first, and you second guess yourself, and
you can't find a clear plan in your head.
You just sort of lose the white a little bit, and it is frustrating because you want to be in the zone.
Hopefully this could be the start of a comeback.
Yeah, just need to drop this red in, and then it's back to the middle. He needs to slow down a little bit.
He's still got a shot, but it's going to be up the top. Oh, he's going to cut it in. There you go.
And we've got a fist pump there from Martin. He knows that's a good one for him.
Yeah, very
7-2.
important.
Yeah, so again, this is when he needs to chip away. Win the next 2 out of the next 3 frames. Make it 8-4. And 9-6, etc., etc. Still got time. Paul still needs 6 frames to get over the hill.
Yep, as we join Martin for frame 10. Oh, and we got a white.
And he's lost the cue ball there. So Paul come to the table with 2 shots, and looking at the layout, he can go either way here, but I'd say he might opt for. Wow, it's a bit of a toss-up, really.
Yeah.
Might go for yellows. Depends on what he wants to use to get onto the black, really. Okay, so he's going to take reds. Just use that first shot. It's quite a key shot in blackball rules to use that one wisely. So it's either a developed shot or push one of your opponent's balls safe, just to give you a bit of insurance in the frame. A little bit of a lapsed positional shot there. He walked around thinking he was going to hit this one in the corner, but
yeah, he's going to have to come down for this. The one by the bottom right.
Yep. I mean, they're all in nice places anyway, so.
Well, yeah, it still goes. He should be all right there.
Okay, so has he lost the cue ball? Has he lost the cue ball?
Oh,
yes,
yes.
he has. Again, it's just rolling away from him, the white ball on some of his shots. Didn't want to be anywhere near that middle bag. So Martin Brown to the table, 7-2 down. He's got 2 shots. They all go. Okay. So 2 key balls, 1 down the rail and the yellow onto the black. The other balls are out in the open. You can see when you're not flowing, you're just not quite sure of what you want to do. He just doesn't want to be out of position.
Might fancy this one that's obviously in front of him, and then maybe the yellow just on the rail next. Just drop in behind that one.
Thing is, with the yellows being close together, he knows he wants to take one of them out now. And he was also looking at the possibility of the yellow down the rail for the insurance of covering the pocket, and that's why, because if you miss that yellow there, all of Paul's reds still go. It's a reasonable positional shot here, and he's okay where he is.
He's got this red up to the top corner.
He can cut it in the middle as well, because the yellow will naturally hold the white ball, which it has done. And screw back across the table for the black into the same bag. Not the old bag. Someone's mother you're talking about, Lee?
Not someone's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Paul comfortably takes frame 10 there.
Yeah, and I think when Martin watches that frame back, he'll know he was a bit unsure about how he wanted to go about the clearance, and he didn't want to push the yellow down the rail to give him assurance over the 2 reds. So when you're kind of in 2 minds, that's when you're missing the balls. But he's still in the match.
So Pullen to break frame 11. We've got a yellow down. We've got a red down.
Yeah, when they're not red.
No, just the red, sorry.
Yeah, if the players are on and they want to have a quick warm-up, obviously we'll know who the players are and I'll let you know who they are. Yeah.
It's a bit of a toss-up with this one. You got the red and yellow on the balk cushion.
Yeah, and you can't have that. You don't want to ruin the table for the match, do you? No.
And the red's down by the bottom left, don't look as friendly.
Yeah.
So he goes for a double.
Yeah, I'm not sure at the moment where Martin's going to find the inspiration from, because you've had 10 frames now, and he knows that he needs to win a few on the bounce, but it's not quite got that finishing edge yet.
Ooh, but he is getting opportunities from Paul.
Yeah, Paul's giving him chances. Now, difficult now because the red up, obviously up the top here on the bulk cushion, goes nowhere. So this is where you look at the sink or swim situation. Do you try and manufacture an angle to get it out, or do you cover a bag? He's tried to spin into it immediately, and I think he's actually left that yellow on now.
But it will encourage Paul to get it out the way at least. Well, he's taken a pocket.
Yeah, yellows are in control of the frame. Bit of Dave on the radio tonight. Somebody's jumped on the jukebox straight out of East London.
And just a quick soccer update. It is currently Portsmouth 0, Ipswich 0 down that Fratton Park, the home of football in the south. Up the mighty Blues.
That'll go down well with some stream watchers, I'm sure.
Well, they can get on here and praise the Saints if they want.
Have Saints have got a geisha in their trophy cabinet, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
Memoirs of a geisha.
Yeah. It's the most recent thing in there. I think it's about 35 years old.
Oh, it's going to go down well. Jamie Close, if you're watching. That was from Lee Ingram, not me.
Yep, I'm the one to come and take out and in the middle of the night.
Your card's marked, mate. Okay, so a bit of a lapse at that positional shot there. It still cuts into the middle, but white's going away from it. It's probably going to smash into that cluster of three reds into the corner. He's jacking it up. He's playing it with top. Here we go. No.
But he has developed some of these reds.
All of these reds go now for Martin. He might opt to. I mean, I'd probably take the top yellow first by the bulk line, because that's a natural angle to get that other red off, and you've always got that red over the corner. But again, he's going completely the opposite way to what I suggested.
Apparently Jack said in the chat that looks like his money match is only going to be an 8k pot now. It looked like they did have it up to 10k for that match.
Who's Jack? Sorry, it's Jack Hicks.
Jack Coop, I think.
Oh, Jack Coop, 8 grand. See, there you go. Got more money than sense, those guys.
Indeed. Well, they'll be glad that we're streaming it for them, so they can see where their money goes.
Upped it by £1,000. I'm sure that was Paul Pullen's 1,000. He's standing right next to me. Doesn't want it back. Stop pinching my nipples. Do that afterwards.
Oh, great shot there.
Wants a rematch, Jack, he said. It's fighting talk.
He just wants to come back up the table here.
Yeah, that's far enough. That's a nice shot.
Yeah.
And this should be 8-3. So let's get a bit of a game going.
And there it is.
Lovely job, Lee.
It's 2 out of the last 3 frames for Martin. That's much better.
And that's it. The more he wins, the more confidence he will have. So we just reached the halfway stage of this match. 12th frame coming up out of 25. That's from Kelly. I'll be on in here. Yeah? I'll put it on for you, mate. What? You don't want to ask? But they put it on though. The boys come up to me and he said, are they showing the Liverpool Atletico Madrid game? I hope they are. There's a few lads waiting around with a couple of Tizers ready to watch it.
As we rejoin the table with Martin Brown to break. Frame 12. And he's got a yellow down.
Yeah.
He's got 2 yellows, 3 yellows, and a red.
Obviously my little promotional guru here, Jacob, is pointing out that not only do we do pull up here, but they do show live Sky Sports football on the multi-screens.
No, he's just got this one yellow by the red here to think about. We might be able to get a double on it at some point.
I think
Or he could develop it now.
he's got an angle to get this out. Ah, it's a nice shot.
Yeah.
As long as that red pulls away, yeah.
So you just drop this in.
Yeah, he needs to be mindful he doesn't snook himself because the angle naturally is going to take him over towards the red. There it is, but it's missed the pot anyway. Okay, so Paul had a bit of a basher on the black in the last frame. He'll probably tighten it up a little bit now. He knows the importance of staying a good few frames ahead.
Yeah, especially if Martin's going to start potting some balls now and picking up a few frames to make some more sensible shot choices.
Yeah. He's got one difficult ball, and that's the red up at the bulk, because I don't think it goes in either of these corners from what I can see. So he needs to punch it out. He's looking at the red off the cushion into the yellow. Rick O'Shea.
Oh, perfect.
There you go. Don't know who Rick O'Shea is.
He's an Irish bullet magnet, isn't he?
I think he was related to Pat O'Cake, the baker's man. That's the one. And he's missed the red, so Martin's back to the table. 2 yellows to go to make it 8-4. And he's overcut that one. Quite a way.
Yeah, and Paul should be able to put these 2 reds down without too much trouble. But saying that,
Commentator's curse.
yeah,
Stevie Wonder.
just doing what I can, keep the match
Keeping
flowing
it,
here.
Keeping it alive.
Yeah. Just a nice gentle touch here. Oh, he's brought the yellow right out.
Okay, right. So we've got a tester here. He's not hampered behind the red. Just need a nice bit of cueing. A little bit of screw back. Come back, unless he just wants to roll it in.
Lovely shot.
Yeah, nice shot. He's just played that to play the black in the middle. It's a good shot.
And he's brought it
There
down
we
from
go.
6 frames behind to 4.
Here we go. So comebacks on. Paul Pullen is now 50p, 20p in his shorts. It's only because he's just heard that it's his round.
Does that microphone stand keep falling down?
It does. It does.
I shall take it back to the music shop.
Probably because it's just trying to get away from me, like my ex-missus.
It's melting.
It's melting from my voice.
Well, we're back to the table with Paul Pullen, and he's breaking frame 13.
Right, so we've got a bit of a game on here.
We've got a yellow down, 2.
No, it's got some work to do though. They haven't split perfect. Thing is, when you win a couple of frames on the bounce, you kind of itch to get back on the table. Paul's trying his hand at dancing there. I would advise any watchers out there to shield their eyes.
Just hope that YouTube don't take the content down.
Lionel Richie playing. The students playing it in my block of flats the other day. I wouldn't have minded, but it was all night long. Nice pot there. Not much after it though.
No.
Probably opt for a tactical shot. Maybe roll the red down over the corner bag. Just to stay in control of the frame. Hey, mumbo jumbo. Okay. Strawberry's clapping behind me. I'm not sure why. It's because he's going to have a party.
Oh no.
Apparently he's been here since 10:30 this morning, which probably means for Stu he's had 15 pints.
Too many?
I bought him one of those. He said, I'll have a pint of numbers. That really confused the barman. He said, what are you talking about? I went, oh, I'll have a J20, please. He said, don't you mean the J20? I was like, I don't know what he means, mate. No, just get him a pint of Kronenberg instead. Okay, so he's probably going to go for it now. He's just going to punch this other red out with this shot, and there it goes. So, just needs to get a good shot from last red to black. Right, okay.
Come up quite nicely.
Yep, just going to leave himself on the other rail. Oh, running into it.
Oh, he's done all right there.
Just okay.
Has he got enough room to move for the black?
From where I'm sitting, that black goes in one pocket. It's the bottom left corner. He's going to do well to get into it unless he jacks it up with a bit of side and smashes into the black and yellow. Tried to do, I think he might have a shot at the double on it. I'm not sure, but the yellow's in the way. So he's probably looking at a bit of reverse top, bottom left hand spin off 17 cushions. Here we go. Here we go. No. Okay, so again, Martin to the table. 5 yellows and a black, and they all look sitting up nice.
Yep, nothing's in his way.
The only thing in his way is Martin himself. But he's won the last 2, so he's probably full of confidence. Oh, he's overcut that one.
There's a straightforward black there that Martin concedes.
That's 9-4. Another early Christmas present for Paul there, that one.
Just a little shout out here to Southampton Hospital's charity, who do great work for people in the local area. So if you're looking for a cause to support, they have various fundraisers going on. Of course, we've all got a lot to thank our healthcare professionals for over the last couple of years. And we'll rejoin the table for Martin Brown to break frame 14. It's a good spread, but it looks dry there. It's a commanding pot. Push the red out onto the cushion.
Yeah. So he's
You'll probably want to cut this. Oh no, you'll go for that one first.
Yeah, he's got a tricky ball by the red on the right hand side of the table. We'll try and get that out in a minute. Might go for it now because he's landed on the yellow to the bottom corner. I don't think he wanted to be on this one yet, but here we are.
He'll take this yellow at
It's
the
a
bottom
nice
to the
shot.
middle.
It's a nice positional shot there.
But yeah, positioning for the next. He might be able to run through it and see yellow to a top corner.
Just popped out that one. So Martin back to the table.
Looks like the lining had perished. It just popped out of the pocket. He does have to think about this. Red above the 2 yellows there.
He's got difficult work with two reds on the rail.
That's a good little shot. He's giving
Little.
himself a few mil. Doesn't look like he has a pot on now, does it?
No, he's probably going to opt for a safety. Maybe leave the white on the bottom, or he's trying to look for something. I think he knows though that a safety is the better option.
You said Paul's still in flow. He's still happy to put blacks down, so Martin needs to try and take control of these frames.
So he's jacking up a double, and as he potted the black, he doesn't want that. And looks like it's worked out pretty well for Paul. Yeah, and this is simple couple of balls now for 10-4 over.
Yeah, and Paul's got away with quite a bit so far in this match, I think. Martin's been given plenty of opportunities, but he's been unable to take them.
Yeah, I think Martin's let him off the hook in, more than several frames. Unfortunately, he will know that. Experienced player, he's played a lot of matches, so he will know that he's had chances, and this probably should be locked up at say 7-all, or he could even be in front by a couple of frames, but that's the way it goes.
But Martin will have 6 more matches after this one, so hopefully he can, if he doesn't make it through this match, he can put that to bed, and still 6 more chances to earn lots of points.
Yeah, and I think if he wants to, he needs to try and salvage at least 7 frames out of this match, and if he wants to still go for the win, he needs to win 4 of the next 6, at least. Once Paul gets on the hill at 12, the match becomes a little bit difficult.
And Paul got a yellow down off the break there. Yellows might look favourable, I don't know. Look at this cluster of reds on the balk end.
Yeah,
but then a yellow's tied up in them.
Doesn't have a red to go, so he's going to have to take this yellow. He's probably just looking at the cannon off the red into the other corner once he pots this yellow. Well, I think we need a little match of the day pointer or a couple of lines to put into the graphics. Wonder if the IT guru can sort that out so we can show you what we're talking about in future streams.
Oh, what you mean footy results?
No. Like when you have the pointer with the lines, you can put in a couple of directional arrows and stuff.
Drawing on the screen, yeah. Have to get another tablet for that, I think, and then lots of research and development. But I'm sure it's possible. I did speak to. There's a company posting some pool billiards analytics software, but didn't seem like they were ready to have other services integrate with them, because I thought it'd be lovely if we could just pull up a scene and show you how much power goes into a shot. Hopefully, I think that's called Perform Stars. Hopefully by next year they will be able to integrate with them.
Yeah, nice. A few more extra graphics on there, be quite nice. Incorporate. Just been informed by the runner that Mo Salah has scored. It's on fire at the moment. 1-0, Jacob, is it?
Pompey remain 0-0 against Ipswich in the match of the evening down at Fratton Park.
Enthralling game there at PO4 as usual.
Yeah.
At least we're not losing.
Well, that's it. Ipswich spent the most money this season in League One, so they ruthlessly bought everybody.
Okay, so back to the action. Paul fluked the red. He's still reds, and these reds, they all go. Just wants to be mindful about getting on the rail on the bulk line, top cushion.
I might try and go for it now. No.
It's not on it. He can slip past the yellow, which it looks like he can, so he's okay actually. That'll do you. Martin's looked away in disgust over there. He didn't think he could see that.
And yellow just hampered him there a bit, I think.
Right, so again, Martin's back to the table. Another opportunity. I'm not sure if those two yellows by the black plant, but if they do, then
they look like it from the screen.
Going for it. Let me have a look behind them. I think that's a bit of a draw. So we need to get on one of them correctly. He didn't want to pot that yellow. He was going for the tactical shot.
He's going to have to proceed now.
He knows he's right up against it. He can't afford to lose any more frames at the minute until he's got a few more under his belt.
I think he'll try to take the pocket with this one.
Yeah, I think he'll try again, just because he hasn't got really a simple shot next time. He's got the long one down the rail, which is very missable.
He's going for it.
He's all glory. Okay, so he's looking at the plant now. If there's a gap, that might be makeable, because he can just hit the left-hand side of the yellow, like that. And he needs a bit of fortune, and he has got some. Only a little bit though. It's a
two difficult shots. Yeah.
It's a fine cut, but if he pots it, then the white's going towards that yellow on the side rail. Doesn't really have any benefit in any other shot at the moment, because Paul's reds are all sitting up. Yeah. And unfortunately, kind of been the tale of the story tonight. Martin's having another brave juice. Always found alcohol to be a bit of a weird one with Paul. You can either have a few beers and play like Ronnie O'Sullivan, even though he plays snooker, or you can miss balls that you've never missed in your life. So it kind of works opposing ways for different players.
Yeah, for me, I think 2 pints in and I start finding my game. 4 pints in and then it starts leaving me again. Oh, and he's hit that too hard and it's jarred in the knuckles there. And Martin has another chance in this frame.
Okay, so back to the table, Martin. He needs these. Come on, Martin. I think as a neutral, when you're watching a pool match, you always root for a close game because you want to see the pressure balls at the end. Already found that Martin tends to opt for the middle bags. He kind of likes taking the balls in the middle rather than the corner. Twice he's played on a black into the middle bag. He's missed that one. He's missed that one.
I don't think he'll get another chance this frame.
No.
I mean, that should be 2 straightforward pots there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so far Martin's still not punishing Paul for his mistakes.
No. And you know, it's just one of them nights. Nothing seems to quite go for you. Your angles are off. Your clusters don't develop quite so well. You lose the cue ball a bit too much, and unfortunately, against reasonable opposition, you get punished for it. So, but he's not lost yet. 11-4.
Yep, this is frame 16. Martin Brown to break. Nothing down there.
I think that kind of says it all what I've just been saying. When it just doesn't go for you, it doesn't go for you. Cue ball's found its way through the maze of the table, back into Paul Pullen's newly worked out arms. He's been smashing this white all over the place tonight. Here he goes.
Yeah, I'm told those arms were hand carved by naked Aborigine women.
How do you know they were naked?
Because I watched them.
Fantastic. 2 tickets to the gun show. Okay, so Paul's played a bit of a lapse first shot there. He's left the cue ball in a bad place. And he's looks like he's now taking reds.
Yeah, he's pushed a yellow over the pocket, I think, then, didn't he? But now he's not utilising it, so kind of made himself a bit of a problem for the future.
He's going to jack it out now. And there you go.
That sacrifices his visit.
I think as well, when you're quite far ahead, when you're 6-7 frames ahead, you can afford to have a couple of attacking opening shots.
Especially if you feel like you're not going to get punished.
If you feel like you're getting chances, then the pressure's off you and you sort of develop your balls thinking in the back of your mind you're going to come back to the table. So that's probably why Paul's played that like he did. He knows that Martin's got a difficult yellow up in the bulk area.
Yeah, it does pop to one of these pockets, but he's going to have to get right up onto it. And he's got an angle here to develop a couple of these yellows at least. He's got to be careful with the cue ball.
Yeah, he split them nicely. The key to these the frames is you want to try and get your most difficult ball out the earliest. Not always the easiest thing to do because it's in a difficult place, but if you can get that away early and leave yourself the 2 or 3 easy shots after it, that helps immensely.
Oh, and he's put the cue ball in.
Yeah.
Shot selection.
Yeah, fortunately he's just not at the races today. Yeah, so Paul's just going to...
Make life difficult there for Martin if he does get to come back to the table. Plus it's out of his way.
You know, yellow was very close to not hitting the cushion there. That was... Well, if you had a referee there, he might have had a second look at that one. But he believes it's not a foul.
Ooh.
And that he's had a pop out. He's had a pop out. And not in the good way with the Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, I think a good next development will be a replay button. We'll be able to have a look at those moments again soon. Martin has another chance. And the balls look a bit more favourable this time round. That yellow was pushed onto the baulk cushion there, but was a lot more able to get to it this time. And these sort of cuts aren't beyond competent players as the ball goes down.
He's just not had enough roll there.
No.
He's not... Well, he's not on either ball really. Yellow covers, the red covers the top corner option. And he's snooking on the other yellow. So, again, it's just not going for him. Getting live updates here from the Champions League. Jake has run over and said it's 2-1. And there's a VAR decision, so tense in the arena. It's gone for the canon. Okay, so the way these reds are situated, these are the type of clearances that you look for. All about good cueing and good white ball position.
Oh, Paul just needs to tighten the bolts here. He knows he can put them all down.
Yeah, that's a nice shot, that one. Take this one out first. Remove that one off the rail. Next. And then go about your work. Obviously, who else you've got in this group? I think we've got Jack Coop in this group, Carl Egger, Ryan Watts, David Edwards, and Lee Knapp. So nobody in this group is a pushover. All experienced players. They all love the game. Lee Knapp's up here most days practicing. We know the capabilities of players such as Jack Coop and Ryan, etc. Even Carl's a very steady young player. He's got all the shots, very tactically minded, can put you in all sorts of bother. So yeah, it's a difficult group, this one. Martin and Paul's not going to have an easy ride to the end, but as I'm talking through the group there, Paul's lost the cue ball into the middle bag.
I was just thinking to myself, this has been a very clinical clear up, and even thinking a thing can curse the match. So another chance for Martin here.
He's instantly run out of position there. He wanted the cue ball another foot lower, just to roll into the middle.
Yeah, he can pop this, but he's going to run straight into the black.
Yeah.
Oh, not. He's got it in, and he's...
Oh, needs to slow up, and he's perfect.
He's got a shot. He's got a shot.
That is chicken in plum sauce.
Lovely.
And he sinks the 8 ball for 11-5.
I'm sure be.
What's going on? You looked over at the commentator for inspiration there. I was like, can't give it to you, mate. Like, you're the one playing the shots.
We are like Switzerland. We'll take your Nazi gold, but other than that, we're staying out of it.
Yeah. We take your riches. 11-5. So, if Martin can win the next 5 frames, Paul would definitely feel the pressure. Even at 11-10 up, losing 5 on the bounce is massive. So Martin can keep the pressure on here, keep the gas on.
As Paul Pullen breaks frame 17, and it is dry.
And it's dry and it's open. I am talking about Paul. And,
it's not open if it's dry.
yeah, I think my choice of words in commentary box needs addressing immediately. However, these yellows look good. He's taken the custards and he's on his second ball.
Yeah, he should be able to get around the table quite easily with this spread, but it's got a big cue ball action there.
He had all the room in the world to not finish out of position there, but
yeah,
he finds himself with a horrific shot.
Might go for a safety here, or some sort of tactical. No.
Yeah, that is 2 shots. The blackball rules, you need to hit a cushion, and not one of those balls hit the cushion. So Paul has 2, which is pretty massive considering where his reds are. He's opted to push a yellow semi-safe, push a red over the corner.
Yeah, it does jump into Paul's mind very quickly how he can sabotage the opponent's balls in his ball with his ball in hand.
Nice shot. He's running out of easy ones though, and he needs one good positional shot in a minute. Probably be after this one. And he's missed that one. He's missed that one. So Martin's back to the table again. Now, I don't know if this yellow passes the red to the opposite corner. If it does, then he's going to want to push that yellow over that way. And even if it doesn't go in fact, where he's going to leave the cue ball, he probably wants it not to drop, because he's going to be left with a difficult yellow after if it goes in.
Yeah, he's got the right bounce off the cushion there.
He's got the safety, but he didn't want the yellow there. He wanted the yellow over the bag. And that's not a good return either. I believe this yellow goes. If he looked at it properly, that yellow will cannon in off the red, and he's just put there. And he can naturally come down the table for his remaining 3 yellows.
So must be careful he doesn't kick the red out too much.
I think the yellow goes past the black into the middle. He's got a
bridge over these reds.
Got an early Christmas hamper here.
Oh, and Fratton Park update. We're trailing 1-0.
Oh dear.
Did you expect anything else though?
You can't even get a cup of Bovril there at the moment, so a win's something very highly admired. Anyway, back to the pool action. Martin's missed the yellow. Paul's on the reds. It's another lapse positional shot. Didn't want to be on the rail. He might just pop this one in and come off a couple of cushions. Just wants to avoid the yellow. Middle of the table. See what he does. Okay, 2 cushions.
Oh,
and he's behind.
See this?
The
No, he
exact
can't.
yellow that I was talking about. That's the one he
No.
didn't want to be behind. And he's behind it. It's what you call sod's law.
You can't see any of this red without a curve or a cushion.
Yeah, so it's kind of you need to find a pot here with this red, because where that yellow's sitting over the middle for Martin, he's got an easy opener to come back to the table with. So he needs to find a pot.
And he's missed it completely. Well, this is a great opportunity for Martin to close the gap a little.
Okay, so this is where, if you're not playing that great, you can use the first shot to put the red safe. Because otherwise, if you do what he's just done there, you've got more pressure to clear up because Paul's red's still in the open.
And he hasn't got a straightforward shot on either of these two now.
No, and that's the thing. If you're not playing quite well, if you give yourself a bit more insurance.
The thing is, as well, if you pot straight away with your ball in hand, you are just throwing away that advantage that's been handed to you. You've got a free shot there. You know, it makes complete sense to do something tactical with it.
Oh, he's okay there actually. All he needs to do with this one is just drop it into the corner, and the black will go into the middle bag. Just play it nicely. There we go, beautiful. He's just overrun it a bit.
Yeah.
And again, that first shot, if he moved the red, he would have a clear path to this top corner. So he's going to have to cut it into the middle.
Which he does.
Which he has done. So all dramas averted. The cue ball is safe, and that's 11-6.
And Martin's only one frame away from picking up a point now too, which is good. You've got to get over that 7 mark to at least stop your opponent getting 4 points in the group.
Yeah. We're just having a short interlude with Martin here. No. How's your crew getting on, mate? No, yeah. No. Yeah, it's just like losing it a little bit with a position in you, and the cue ball's not playing ball with you. Yeah, and you've had a couple of slices in you, a couple of balls that have just missed by a couple of inches and stuff. Yeah. Hopefully no though, like I said on the stream, I said if you win the next 3 frames, put a bit of pressure on Paul, you're not out of it yet, and you only need 1 more frame for a point as well, so yeah. It's what you're looking for at the moment, isn't it? Yeah. He's still had a bit of, he's gone in off a couple of times with the cue ball and he's lost his position a bit, but yeah, I think he'll still give you a few chances, mate. Yeah, just having a quick chat with Martin there. He knows that he's back in the game, in the match. He's 11-6 down, but all to play for. He knows he's only got to win 1 more frame out of the remaining 7 we've got left to play for a point, all important point. Could be the difference at the end of the group stage between finding a trophy spot, bronze, silver or gold, or finding your way out of the tournament. However, playing 7 matches of 25 frames, every player in this competition gets at least 175 frames of pool for £30, which, I mean, on a good table against good opposition, you just cannot buy that type of match play, and that would cost you a hell of a lot more if you went down your local pub.
Put a pound in a time for the black to go down after 2 shots, and then
yeah, which is an absolute nightmare. So at £30, even if you don't make those trophy spots, you certainly get some very good experience, which is invaluable for future tournaments, going on tour, etc., or even just playing in your local pub league on a Wednesday night. You go in there with your sunglasses on, thinking you're Mick Hill.
That's it. If you sharpen your axe against these boys up here, then you could quite easily cleave the average person on a pool table on a Friday night, I think. Yeah.
You have to forgive my colleague tonight. He's clearly watched too many Michael Myers films. He's wielding an axe.
Yeah. Got a new Halloween coming out soon, haven't we?
Yeah.
Halloween 20 or 30 or 50, something like that. There's been quite a few of them.
Yeah. The only thing you get if you part my colleague's beard is another fist. Oh dear. Don't start me on the Chuck Norris jokes, for God's sake. When the man invented the telephone, he already had a missed call from Chuck Norris.
And Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
I don't know about this technology that I'm talking to you on right now, but I'm going to come and kill you.
I don't know why Liam Neeson's suddenly gone Irish, but
because he is Irish.
He is. So yeah. I'll go back to sleep. Adam, go back to sleep, please. After looking around the arena tonight, there is some amazing hair around here.
Yeah, you got the man spider over at the bar.
2-2. It's 2-2. Atletico Madrid, Liverpool. Who's equalised, Jacob? He's watching the game, but he has no idea. So there we go. Got a little ha-ha. Okay, so Martin's racking up the balls for frame 18. Nearly over. Only 25. It's 18.
7-1 down, and it's gone 11-6. It's not nearly over.
Yeah, Yep, so 11-6, Martin to break. Wins a couple of these and it's on. It's a solid break. If he doesn't pot off that, and he's unlucky.
No, he hasn't.
That's unfortunate.
But it doesn't look like either player could just run away with this one. Importantly, looks like Martin may be in for a chance or two.
Yeah, the key area is the cluster by the black. Once that develops, the frame opens up massively. He's tried to get into it immediately. He's left himself the red down the rail. And then you can pot the bottom cushion to get back up for these 4. Oh, he's just opting to play a safety, so he knows he's lost the last couple of frames. And he's opting for a tactical shot.
Yeah, put the brakes on Martin a little. And there is a Halloween party down at Ronnies on Saturday the 30th, is it? 7:30 or something?
Sunday the 30th, yeah.
Yeah. Karaoke, bring down your voices and your best costumes.
Yeah.
There'll be a costume contest, and the costume that one specific person likes the most will win a prize. Just got to find out who that person is and butter them up on the night.
Yeah, looking at some of the regulars in here, they look like they wear their costume all year round.
It's a typical Southampton crowd, isn't it?
Myself included.
It's like the monsters up here. Little tactical exchange there.
Okay, so this frame's a bit of a feeler because it's a big frame in the context of the match. Martin doesn't want to let Paul win this one and have 7 bites at the cherry of winning the match. He really, really needs this frame and the subsequent 2 or 3. Keep it tight, keep the pressure on.
He does bring his yellow out of that area.
All his yellows out, so it's a good shot.
Still a little difficulty for these reds by the black.
Yeah, the only good thing going for Paul at the moment is the black is pretty safe. That's not the best shot there by Paul.
Yeah, I mean, this black isn't. Yeah, it's not potable.
Yeah, the thing is with it, you need to try and get it out reasonably early. If you want to go for it, you want to try and bring it out after the second or third shot. You don't want to leave it to the last ball. Try and land on it.
And he's got no yellows in the area.
No. Okay. He's just going through these at the moment, but he's going to want to think about it now.
Yeah.
I think he's just jacked his cue away from the table there. I don't think he actually wanted to pot that. The thing is, if you don't want to pot the ball, you normally try and aim the ball towards the cushion first rather than the bag, especially in blackball rules, because if it doesn't hit a cushion, it's 2 shots. And he just seemed to go for the straight shot.
You might want to put a lot of top side on this.
He's got an angle here to get the black up, but he's not choosing to go for it.
I think that probably was.
I think that might have been the time to do it, yeah, because he had the 2 yellows. He could have landed on one of them. Yeah, it might have been a difficult shot, but he looks like he might be going for it now. Yeah, and don't know if that was the right time. He needs that yellow to bounce off the cush. It has slightly.
And at least he's got the yellow there now to help him onto the black, if he can get the right position.
Yeah, and he's also
time.
It's in that area of Paul can't get an easy snooker now because he's got a yellow up with his reds. There's been a lot of Justin Timberlake on tonight. I don't know who's putting this on.
He's a friend of mine. Yes, he is. It's a good shot there by Paul.
Don't think X Factor's calling you, Lee.
No.
Okay, so Paul's worked these reds out nicely, to be fair. And just needs one good shot here. Doesn't want to snook himself beyond the black. Or miss the red. Now,
he's done well to take the pocket considering.
He's actually got away with that one because he's not on that red beyond the black. So he's got lucky there. And he's left Martin in a bit of a tricky situation.
Might want to try and be difficult, but cut this yellow on the rail over the red. Try and take a pocket himself if he can.
That is the shot. However, the white's running away from you, and you need to be pinpoint because if it doesn't go over the bag, it's frame over.
Yeah.
And unless he gets a snooker, which he
No.
hasn't, and just slip round this, nick it on the way through. Oh, he's lost the cue ball again.
Oh, he's got.
Still cuts.
Yep. But then he's going to be up and down, so he just have to get his power right. Oh, he's managed to control that quite well there.
Okay. Looks easy on camera, but that's not an easier black. Just got to cut it. Yeah, there you go. He's not potted it. So Martin is back to the table again, and he's still not in a good place.
Fancy a
Now the only shot he's really got is to just ping the yellow gently off the side rail, leave the white behind the yellow, cover the black. Because if Paul misses the black, 2 shots would undoubtedly give Martin the frame. Doesn't really have a lot else.
Well, he could try doubling the yellow towards the black pocket,
Yeah,
and
you
a
could
bit
do,
of screw
yeah.
back to come
Yeah.
behind the yellow maybe.
That's a good option, yeah. And screw down to the side. He's opting for the gentle safety. And he's pushed the white up. Okay. Got a back double here, or Paul can try and snooker Martin in behind the black. Little gentle one. Cue balls come away quite a lot there. It's an easy one to get out of. Just a case of Martin trying to find a good cue ball after contact. Don't think it's a total snooker, which means he needs to make a cushion after contact.
So we can't go cushion first then. That'd be an illegal
if it's not
shot.
total. Oh, that's very unlucky. That very nearly dropped, and that would have been a great shot to get himself out of the trouble there.
We expect Paul to pot this one.
Yeah. There we go. So 12-6, and Pullen is on the hill. That's unfortunate from that one. Yeah, Martin had a couple of choices there to try and salvage the frame. He opted for the cue ball up the top. The other one could have gone wrong, because if you don't get it right, you just leave the black on naturally.
Hello.
There's young Jacob Jones there. Super fan of Rocket Rackers TV. He lives, eats and breathes watching our streams.
And Pokemon.
And Xboxes.
An Xbox. He loves an Xbox. Here we go then. Frame 19. Paul's on the hill. He's got 7 bites at the cherry. Lucky
And he's
number
got
7.
the black down.
And that's a re-rack. No. Paul's trying to get a golden break. He's the only player in the whole building that would be 12-6 up and ask for a golden break
Try
to
to
win
blag the
to
winning
win the
frame.
match. Unbelievable. The guy has zero shame. I'm winning by a lot. Can I just win by default? No, you cannot, Paul. No, you cannot.
Just give it to me, please, mate. Just give it. Can I just have it?
Don't say that to him too loud either. Here we go. He's still asking.
We are not referees.
Here he goes.
Oh,
The
is it
black's
gonna
not going in this time.
He's got one down.
Yellow's dropped. Okay.
Not as good a spread as last time, though, I don't think.
Looking at them, I would say he's going to go for the cherries. I was corrected the other day by Ryan Watts. They're not strawberries, they're cherries. Well, we don't like to say that too much because that reminds us of Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Who are definitely not the pride of the South.
No. They pretend they're a big club. 8,000 seater stadium, is it, down there?
Excellent. They're not in the Prem anymore, are they?
Are they in Champ now, are they?
Yeah, Champ, yeah.
They were just
Brighton are doing
spending
well.
to be there, though, weren't they? They were just... Because
Yeah.
they got a small ground, so it's just all investment from shareholders.
Paul's run out of position there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, a small stadium for. I mean, that is true. That capacity for a Premier League team is just not big enough, is it?
No, can't even cover the cost of a few players with that.
Okay, so Martin back to the table. Paul's Reds are sitting up, so I feel that he needs to make these count, because if he misses one of them, I believe it will be match over. Not quite match over. Obviously, Martin can still play for the point.
Need to peg back Paul a bit in the frame ratings.
Yeah. Got some muscular hands on my back. Did you?
Yeah.
Who did you play? Oh, Dean.
Dino, yeah.
Yeah. What's ringing the table?
Terrible.
It's bad, isn't it?
Absolutely shocking.
There's Aaron just having a chat with Ryan Watts there, one of our co-commentators.
Yeah, he's just popped in. He said that he's played Dean Cousins this evening down at the Pear Tree in Woolston, and he's won 6-1. So my doubles partner's managed to shave a frame off him. But
Easy pickings, isn't it?
managed to shine through. He's probably into, was that last 32 now?
Last 32, yeah.
Last 32 of the Southampton singles.
That was a useful shot there by Martin.
You know.
Hopefully get another easy draw like Aaron Jones.
Oh, there we go. Oh, banner. Hopefully you get Reg.
Oh, it's a great shot there by Martin.
Yeah, he took these yellows out nicely, Martin. He needed to. Yeah, of course you have, yeah.
I think this black doesn't go to that.
No, I'm not behind it. It depends how he plays it.
Oh, and he's...
Oh, my God. That's the tail of the tape. It's
But he could come off the cushion here, couldn't he, if he wanted to try and...
Yes,
pot
he
it.
can. That's it. It's the only shot he's really got now. Just to come off the cush and try and find the angle for the pot. I mean, Paul's naturally going to have that red into the middle to cut back to. But you look back over some of these frames that Martin's gone for the clear. He's just had a little bit of unluck, bad luck towards the end of the frame, etc. Out of position.
And he's just missed it outright.
Yeah, so pretty standard clear up now from Paul with 2 shots. He's just going to roll this one out. He's got a luxury of 2.
It's a good shot there.
Yeah.
And take this middle one next.
An easy run out now. Going to be the 3 points for Paul, locked up. Oh, had a little bit of a rattle on that one. And there we go.
Yeah, and so Paul wins this match and takes the 3 points, but he's still got another point to play for as well. If he can take the rest of the frames off Martin, then he would be on 4 points. So Martin really won't want that to happen. So as it stands, Paul's sitting pretty with 12 points at the top of the table after 4 matches. And Martin Brown is to break for frame 20.
Yeah, nice break again from Martin. Made a red off the break. Play all the frames. 5 left.
Wouldn't fancy either of these really. Maybe the yellows. So he's got these 3 yellows down on the bottom cushion here. One of them looks good to go, but the other 2 require a bit of work. He's overcut that one. We've managed to hold about 10 viewers throughout the entire stream today. It's pretty good.
Yeah, nice to have a captive audience.
So thank you everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, probably one of those is Jack sharpening up his pencil for the rematch against Paul, looking out for all the mistakes.
Yeah. Lots of juicy opportunities afforded to Martin throughout this match. I'm sure Paul will want to be tightening that up.
Yeah, I mean, Paul would be the first one to tell you that. Although that he's won, he's not been at his best tonight. He started off really well with a dish in the first frame, but apart from that, he's lost the cue ball a few times, missed a few pots that he wouldn't normally miss. But he's got the job done, so that's the key thing.
Well, he might have run out of position here.
Yeah, he's left himself with either a double across the table or the plant, but it's a difficult one, very, very difficult.
He could also try a plant double. Oh, wonderful double
lovely
there.
shot. If this comes all the way back down for the middle bag, that's a nice shot.
Just a little short. He might try another double.
He's going to go for the double, yeah. Leave himself naturally on the black ball.
Oh, just cut the ball, dear.
Oh, he's gone for the skilly and he's executed it.
Oh, that's the skills,
perfectly.
yeah. So
and
there
that's
you go.
14-6. It's going to be a highlight of the match, that shot.
Yeah.
Definitely played it that way. 14-6, 21st frame. Final 5, so Martin is desperately wanting to win one of the next 5 to guarantee and lock in that point.
Yep, and just to remind you, we are back Thursday with our one and only Aaron Jones versus Robert Parkezar.
Yeah, thoroughly looking forward to that game. That's going to be a good competitive game. Rob's he certainly knows his way around the pool table. So, going to have to be on it every frame.
So he's just got to be careful with hitting into the black here. He doesn't want to push it too far. Oh, has he hampered his own yellow there? So we're about 2.5 hours into this match now. We're about 4/5 into it. These best of 25 frame matches normally take about 3 hours. Might just try to get a pot off a collision there. Didn't work out for him. And he's left this red on for Paul.
Well, obviously Paul's come over there to talk to me about his skill shot. How fantastic it was.
Yeah, he definitely played it.
And it wasn't a fluke.
No.
No, it was a good shot, to be fair, and he looked like he lined it up straight away, so nice shot to go 14-6 ahead. He's just obviously spoke to me about getting the bonus point as well from winning the next 5 frames, which is important because Ryan won the other day. I think he won 25 against David Edwards, or was it 19-6, one of the two, and Ryan picked up 4 points for that. Need to check in with Adam and Ryan as well to make sure that to see if the top place finishers will play one of the second place finishers from another group, or are they going to redraw?
I believe that's the case. I spoke to him at the beginning and he said just try and do it a bit more straightforward. So yeah, like we'll weave the
winner of Group A plays runner-up Group C, etc.
Yeah.
Like they do in like the Euros or World Cup, etc.
Yeah,
which makes sense because you should have an advantage if you've won the group to play the second place finisher of another.
Yeah, and they should have to work a little bit more to overcome only running up in their group.
I mean, obviously anyone that finishes top or second in these groups with these players, you're not going to have an easy game either way, but obviously it's still considered an advantage.
Yeah, of course, depends what group you come from as well, because if you don't come from a group of death, then you might feel a bit underprepared for your knockout stage.
Yeah, I mean, my group, I've got Simon Flaxman, Dan Ayling, Rio Smith, Rob Parkersall, Simon Ayres and David Pollard, and that's quite a lineup for my group.
Well, Martin's found himself on this last yellow. He can get himself on the black, he gets a point.
Yeah, he needs to just slow down a little bit, and he's got a shot on this. He's definitely got a shot on that black.
Yeah.
Just need to cue it nicely. Oh, and he's missed it. That was to lock up the point. Just jumped up again a little bit quick off that shot.
Paul could develop this. Oh, he's going to go pop this one. He could have developed the red on the cushion and found himself behind that red. But he's quite an aggressive player. He wants to go for the jugular here.
Very aggressive. He's won the match, but he wants 4 points, so he's going to take his time over this.
Well, I hope Martin could cut this one in. No, he's under.
Hang on a minute, wait for the ride to stop. No. Okay, so one long red down the rail.
Under hit that, and it's bounced away anyway. And Martin secures a point.
Okay, so that's 14-7. That means that Paul is guaranteed to take away 3 points from this game tonight. Martin will take away a point. And the ensuing 4 frames are just really for frame difference now. They're kind of non-subsequent frames, unless it really comes down to points and frames right at the end of the group stage.
It's just an opportunity to try and put a couple of those earlier mistakes behind you. If you've got 4 frames you can win still, and you can win 3 of them, then you don't have to feel so bad.
Yeah, so my boy's getting bored now. He's walking around moving furniture. And he wants to go home.
You strap some mop heads to his feet.
Yeah.
And clean the place up.
Put a duster in.
It's got a yellow and a black down.
Golden break. 14-8. Golden break 14-8. Yeah. Yeah. Just doesn't count if it's yours, Paul. Come on, you've already won. Not messing about.
Yeah, we don't see the black go down off the break very often, but twice in this match. Aaron's trying to give Martin the frame there for a golden break. Paul's having none of it.
No, not taking that away tonight.
So we got a red down. And no, just a red. And the table's left open for Paul here. Pompey are losing 2-0.
Brilliant.
Much to the joy of all the Southampton supporting listeners, I'm sure.
Sure, they're all having a fun time in a cold, wet, windy evening at Fratton Park, PO4 tonight.
Yeah.
Losing 2-0. Social media be blowing up again later. Fantastic. Can't wait to watch all that.
All the angry Pompey fans blowing some blood vessels.
Blowing blood vessels and counting their fingers. We love it, really. Wouldn't have it any other way.
No.
Who's our FA Cup round against it? Harrow? No.
Harrogate and Wealdstone.
Something like that in the Conference South. So that's another loss.
Yeah, well, we can focus on the league then, I guess. Focus on these 2-0 home defeats against Ipswich.
Just been informed it's now 3-0 Ipswich.
Oh,
so
goodness.
They can go back to the Greenlands. Not sure what's going on over there at the moment. Need to get out of the funk. Anyway, back to the pool action. 14-7.
Martin just pushed the red out there. But Paul
nice
takes
shot.
the pocket.
Reds are heavily in control of the frame now. Martin's got 3 bad yellows. Oh!
Well, that's an interesting little
He's
shot.
got away with that one, because that would normally drop. Paul won't give you nothing.
No.
He'll give you another safety shot to deal with. I think I'll stick with you for another frame, Lee, then I might have to love you and leave you. Otherwise the boys obviously going to enter into a world of depression.
Yeah.
He's a teenager now, so, well, nearly.
Needs to get back to the fridge.
The funny thing is that when he gets home, he will be doing the same thing as what he's doing now, sitting on his phone.
Mr. Social, yeah.
He's sociable when he wants something to eat, which is normally all the time.
And he's normally antisocial by the time he's that hungry.
Okay, so this looks like it's going to be 15-7. Yep. Perfect shot. Screw back for the black. And that's all she wrote. Obviously some more live pool action coming Thursday. Yours truly playing Rob Parker's All Group C. It's my second game, and it's Rob's second game as well. He won his first one tonight, 14-11. So I believe at the moment I'm third in that group, behind Rob in second and Simon in first. So all to play for.
Yep, we will be back down here Thursday to watch that happen.
Not sure when the game is after that, when the next one's scheduled in for. Not sure if there's one this Sunday coming
I think
up.
there is, yeah. There's a 2 o'clock on Sunday. We'll advertise that one on the next stream, but I'll just get that up quickly.
Yeah, I'm playing Simon on Sunday, but that'll be off the stream table. Obviously, I would have had 2 games on the stream by then. I want to get as many different players, and Lee wants to get as many different players on the stream as possible. Give everyone a chance to shine under the lights, camera action.
Yep, so we've got Martin Brown versus David Edwards on Sunday. So Martin Brown back in action again against David Edwards, who lost to Ryan on the stream last time out. He got a bit of a hide-in from Ryan.
Yeah, and I think that'll be those 2 players' second outing on the stream as well. So we will look to have a couple of fresh faces in the subsequent week's battle. Maybe a couple of people from a different group.
Be good to get some Group A involved if you're listening.
Yeah.
No streams for Group A yet. Group D have got 3 on the books.
Yeah, you've got some good players in Group A as well. It's pretty strong. You get to see, the likes of Frankie the Hat Jakeway on the stream from Group A, or maybe Reg, etc. And you see some top quality pool. Oh, beautiful shot. What a developable shot that is. The yellow's come out absolutely perfectamondo.
I did mess up the colours there. I'm just going to go and
Bit of
change
bottom.
that.
This has been a nice little clearance here from Martin. 15. That's a lovely clearance from Martin there. That's 15-8. Okay, back to the action. Frame 24 of 25. Martin to break. Just playing for frame difference now. That was a nice clearance. Obviously Martin would look back on that frame and say, bloody hell, why couldn't I play it like that earlier on in the match? Because he played a couple of nice shots, developed the last yellow well, and then landed nicely on the black. So,
Is it consistency is key?
He's just not got to grips with the table. He spoke to me in the intermission about 5 frames ago, and he just said he just didn't have the pace, etc. That can happen. It's a very strange table, this one, because certain shots it can play really fast, and certain shots they just don't seem the cue ball just seems to just not keep running for you. It's really odd. It just tends to do what it wants. Breaking on the table is really difficult as well. You kind of give it a good smash, and sometimes they can split everywhere but nothing drops. So
Well, it keeps the players on their toes, doesn't it? Forces you can't just rack and run your way to victory.
Yeah, it works against you as well, because obviously if you don't make a ball off the break and they split lovely, against good opposition. They're first in and can be a quick dry dish. Anyway, Martin's taking these out again nicely. So it's really come alive, this frame in the last. Commentator's curse. I really must stop talking.
But you just can't help it.
Why are you here?
It's a clever little shot there.
Yep. Let's tie up the yellow. That's put a dampener on the proceedings of the frame. The yellows are now in a bit of trouble. Yeah, he's giving it some heave-ho there.
Well, he's changed everything up. Well, not really. He's got a second yellow that's difficult now. And those shots normally end up hurting you more than they help.
Well, we've gone from Justin Timberlake to the Dire Straits to Tracy Chapman tonight. So whoever's on the jukebox has a very eclectic taste in music. So I've gone from thinking I'm sexy to wanting to get into bed with a nice pot of pills.
Yeah.
Calm down, Adam. Not time for bed yet.
That's another good little shot there.
Yep, all the reds go. Okay, so practice run out for Paul. Connect the dots.
Bish bash bosh.
Real good nosh. Got the canal how. Are they still around, the canal?
I believe so, yeah. With their effortless, lots of plastic waste, little taste pots, wasn't it?
No, that's the one.
Now you don't have to get a spoonful of vegetable bouillon and put it in some hot water. Now you can get this little plastic capsule instead.
Brilliant. And just a little screw back for the black into the middle, and that should be 16-8. Okay, and we've reached the final frame.
See, we did it at the same time there. That was fun, wasn't it?
It's like we're in harmony. Not e-harmony anymore either, because we've both managed to find a woman that will take us.
Indeed.
Which is shocking when you consider the implications that they've got themselves into.
It's just a real shame that people were allowed to just roam in the world and make mistakes like finding people like us. You know
what are they doing? Yeah. We've definitely got faces for radio. Anyway, final frame. Paul Pullen has given a whack.
But it's
all
dry.
of the balls are still on the table, and Martin is at the table with his choice. Ryan's waiting in the wings for a lift. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And I'm waiting to.
I just don't know if I can put my legs around your moon head.
Oh, don't know. I have to have big shoulders with the Pompey score at the moment. Oh.
It ain't pretty. It never is.
I think it's coming to the point where the fans will say, "Oh, the new manager's cut out for the job." That's not normally the sing-song that happens.
But he is only, a handful of games in with a squad he's had to completely rebuild.
Yeah.
On a very tight budget, so you can't expect the man to work miracles.
Gotta wait. Yeah. If he wants to bring it off. Okay.
He could.
He might bring it off now, but then he don't want to sit behind it, so.
Just got a glance off this black.
You like putting this away, yeah? You like putting this away, eh? Yeah. Crystal meeting, actually.
No.
Got the car.
No, I parked in a multi-storey. It'll only charge me for 1 hour, and then it goes after 6.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, he's got a double here.
Yeah, he's got a double, but he needs to be a gentle one, because otherwise he's going to sit behind that red. Or he's trying to heave-ho it. So, Paul's got a plant, a makeable plant. Probably go for it. There's no point going for a safety now.
Yeah, it was the last frame, and he's won the match.
Yep.
He's not going to earn any more points. But he would like to finish in emphatic style, I'm sure. Some good cue ball control there.
He's gone a strange route because he's left the black on the rail and he's got to get back down for that bottom red. He's topped it through.
And he's got a cut which he'll probably take.
Yeah, he's got an angle as well to move the black off this shot.
But the yellow interferes and the red doesn't go down.
In all honesty, it's probably worked out better for him because he's naturally going to leave Martin a difficult black unless Martin can find a natural double. Or we could go for this and
take
play
the
it
pocket.
plumb. Yeah, I didn't see that one again, obviously. Anything that I suggest, they don't play, and that's how it goes. Let's go for the skilly. Bingity bing. It's going to be 2 shots. Okay.
You'd hope he'd play off the black and develop it first, but he's tried to put the red over the pocket.
So he's left himself the
What's he doing?
straight ball.
No, yep, he's... And he takes the
there
frame.
it is. So the final score is Paul Pullen 16, Martin Brown 9. That's fantastic.
Yep, 3 points there for Paul, 1 for Martin.
Take that photo of Paul Pullen when you first came in. Oh my
Yep, that's a fresh off the presses, that photo.
Oh, there's no one going to have a worse photo than that, is there?
Ryan enjoying the player photography there. He hasn't got his picture up though, I noticed, so...
I haven't got a decent photo for you.
You can't get a camera that will take a picture of him.
When I get a photo that's got a decent one, I'll let you know.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in today.
Well, thank you all for tuning in for this Tuesday night stream. Hope you've enjoyed the action and the commentary. Any...
If you're going to get Paul Pullen for a chat.
Just go over all the bits and bobs before we go. You have been watching the Challenge 25 Group and Cup tournaments here from Rocket Ronnies. Players playing matches of 25 frames to qualify for the gold, silver and bronze cups, with lots of live action on the way. You've been watching Group D. We have been here live from Rocket Ronnies in Southampton, the premier pool venue in Southampton. The only pool venue in Southampton really adopting the streaming at the moment. So if that interests you, this is the venue to come to. And our next stream will be Aaron Jones versus Robert Parskar. And that will be on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. So please tune in then. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to make sure you are notified of all upcoming pool action.